Why are you being difficult? There we go. Jesus Christ. My audio is back. Alrighty. Alright. I was debating whether or not to do Murder Mystery or Avatar. Hi, buddy. But it's a lazy day. My first day off. I was going to stream yesterday, but we had to reschedule a client that we had. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna head back to Agatha Christie, the first cases. What was that? My voice. The first cases. And I'm just wondering... where we last left off. Talk to Angeline. Okay. Angeline!
Is there something I can help you with, detective?
Is it a bit quiet? Maybe. Your maman did not describe her friendship with the Major in such a positive light.
You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that. It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted and he stormed out of the room past me.
Could it have been the blackmail letter that instigated their argument?
Why would Maman be upset with him over the letter?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She believes him to be the author.
That is what she told you? She has always been one to make a quick, if not rash decision, but she cannot truly believe that.
Was the Major aware you had paid the first blackmail letter?
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If he knew, surely she would.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story like that from?
Hello, Lord. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the stream. How are you?
That is a question I was hoping you may be able to answer.
You have met him. Do you really think he's capable of such a devious plan?
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the Major? I am not so sure.
The more I think on Madame's story, the more ridiculous and obscure it sounds, but that doesn't mean it can't be ruled out.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
Oh no, you slept wrong? I unfortunately know how that feels. That sucks. I myself have my own back problems. So sleeping can take longer than usual for me. Luckily, I've been sleeping well the past few days. But it's not always the norm for me. But yeah, that's a shame you didn't sleep right. I once slept so wrong, my shoulder hurt for like a week. It was awful. Alrighty. Is the... Hold on. Gonna add a bit more of the dialogue. Here we go. Okay. Investigate the Major's involvement with the blackmail. What's new? Angeline questions Cassandra reasoning on the Major's blackmail. Cassandra was unhappy with the Major. Major had a temper?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
Please let me know if music or dialogue is too loud. Let's see. Zachariah was shot by the Major's corpse. Angeline questions Cassandra's reasoning. This one?
I must take a different approach if I am...
It's definitely something with either one of these. Cassandra was unhappy with the Major. Angela questions... Hold on. Their opposing opinions of the Major's involvement in the blackmail is interesting. Does Cassandra know something she... Wait. Cassandra knows something she does not. These are little gray cells trying to figure out who is the blackmailer. So, I don't know if you know this particular Agatha Christie story, but basically, we are a detective, and this is one of our first major cases, apparently, or like one of the first. And we're investigating a blackmail, but... Oh, wait. Sorry. Something in my throat. We're investigating a blackmail, but while we were investigating the blackmail, one of the guests in the house was murdered, so we have to investigate that as well. So we're just trying to see if both of them are connected somehow. Investigate the measures involvement with the blackmail. The relationship has taken a noticeable turn. I wonder what caused this.
Come, my little grey cells.
No. Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I love murder mystery games, and I love solving puzzles, but doesn't mean I'm good at them. I wonder if the blackmail had a greater effect on their relationship than expected. Talk to Angeline.
Is there something I can help you with, detective?
Was the arrival of the blackmail letter that caused the tension in Madame and Major's relationship?
I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions, as I'm sure you are aware, but I could tell she had not been happy with their arrangement for the last few months.
What gave you that impression?
There was not one particular thing that she expressed, it was just the way she spoke to him and of him when he wasn't present.
Okay.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I believe I have gathered everything that is required. Monsieur Sterling will be able to assist me in gaining access to the Major's study. Okay. Wait. Talk to Archibald. Archibald!
Whatever you need, detective.
I wish to inspect the Major's study again.
Certainly, detective.
I was really contemplating between this and Avatar, but I've actually been playing a bit of Avatar in my free time. Mainly just doing side quests and stuff. But yeah, it's fun. A little thing about me, I always like to drink and snack during my streams. So if you see me do this, it's because I'm drinking something. Oh, and I have a dog as well, so if you hear barking or scuffling in the background, that's him. This room is still a crime scene and should have remained untouched, but it looks as though it had been ransacked. I request Monsieur Sterling to have the body wrapped and moved, which has been done, thankfully. What else has gone on in here? So tell me, Lord, how do you say that part? Vaderani? Is that a Star Wars thing? Vaderani? I don't know. Just let me know what you like to be called. Letters? Someone is obviously looking for something, in particular in the Major's documents. These accounts have been thoroughly rifled through. The Major has recently taken out a large loan, and the interest rate is astronomical. Oh, someone's in... Oh, they opened the safe! Someone's in debt. I must admit, side by side, there is a striking resemblance between Meret Filet. Perhaps such flattery is the way to win over Madame Vandenbrosch. Whoa! Oh, the Viscount was cut out. Damn. She looks very ghostly. How strange. The Viscount was also present in the picture, but has been folded out. I did not think there were any hostility between the Major and the late Viscount. Lord is fine and Vader is fine. Okay. How strange. I could not access this yesterday, but how is... Wait. How strange. I could not access this yesterday, but now it has been left wide open. Scratches are obvious around the lock. Someone in this house was eager to see the safe contents. A half-sealed letter addressed to Madame van den Bosch from the Major. I am not one to read others' private mail, but under the circumstances, read it! My dearest Cassandra, it feels as though it's been an age since I have been able to set my eyes on you. A day I have waited so impatiently. I keep the photograph of us together at the lake close to my heart, always. I cannot wait to see how young Angeline has grown. Her beauty will surely soon reach that of her mother's. Ooh, this is a lover's letter. I hope the gift from the Orient reached you fine. They are really something to behold. The work that has kept me away for so long is drawing to a close, and I will be returning to the continent within the month. At your request, I have found accommodation in the city. Were they having an affair? It pains me to think of being so close and yet unable to be with you every moment. But if it eases your worry, I shall not continue to question it. I will arrange for a visit to the house. An old friend returning will surely raise minimum suspicion. I understand that the Viscount is also currently out of the country. They were lovers. I hope you have not felt the strain of loneliness take over, and it will not be long until we have reunited. Until that day, until the end of mine, my heart is yours. Major Felix Hagen. Oh, it just got spicy. It seems there is a great deal of Madame van den Bosch and the Major's relationship that she has withheld. It is clear from the letter, and their affection for one another has been... Excuse me. Has been more than that of friendship for some time. The mention of young Angeline suggests this may go back as far as 20 years. A 20-year affair. Jesus. Probably even longer, too, since she already had Angeline. Ooh. So, tell me, Lord. Actually, I already have a follower by the name Lord, so I might just call you Vader. So tell me, Vader, where are you from? I like to take a moment to get to know people in my chat. I can't pick that up. Anything else? Is there anything else in here? Oh, that's just the sealed letter. No.
Ooh.
Oh no, tea is being spilled. For real. Maybe that's why I like murder mysteries so much. Tea. Here we go. Major confessed his love for Cassandra. Investigate the Major's involvement with the blackmail. Large sum. High interest rates. Oh, that... Duh, he didn't even send it. That's why it was in his safe. Maybe this one?
This will not get me any closer.
This one?
Order and method. That...
Cassandra and the Major's relationship issues. Oh, here we go.
I must act on thought and fact.
Wait, what? Angeline attracted to the Major?
Magnifique.
Oh, the hidden photo of them along with Angeline's attachment to him proves he cared deeply for them. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it.
Is there something...
Oh, no, wait, that's the wrong one. What was it? Mm,
Is there something
where was it? Where was it? This one?
order and method?
Damn it. Oh no,
That is
what
the
am I
way to
doing? This
solve
is
the
the sealed, that's, there we go, Jesus. That's
things are
the
beginning
love
to
letter.
become clearer.
I'm stupid. The major paid for the letter, paid the letter that was addressed to him. He must have been worried enough that something would be released to the public, but what? This thing! The letter!
Come, my little
No,
Graycells.
this one! They probably didn't want that coming out.
I must take a different
Damn it.
approach if I am to uncover. I must act on
I'm just throwing shit at. Oh, Jesus Christ. I need coffee. Not juice. I have juice. But I need coffee. My little brain cells aren't working. To be fair, I only have one at the moment, so. Jesus.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
To be fair, I only just woke up a few hours ago. I believe the Major would do everything to remain in the comfortable life he's accustomed to, but would he stoop so low to fake a blackmail letter? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Some would
Hey,
say a
there we
lucky
go.
guess. I would say a moment of genius.
From India! Wow! That's amazing! Most of the people that I reach to are in the US. So that's so cool! From India, wow. The evidence shows the Major was not the author of the blackmail letter. The Major is a victim just like Mademoiselle Angeline. Whoever it is that was penning these letters knows a great deal about many people. I wonder how many more have received similar letters. I am from Australia. The great Oz, the land down under. The uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom has been resolved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. What remains unsolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. Two cases of extortion under one roof. The question of their relationship must be asked. Excuse me. The Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letters. I now have a blackmailer and a murderer and their weapon to find. If the correct process is followed, they shall be found swiftly. I should take my leave. This room has already revealed enough new insight into the Madame's and Major's lives.
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Vandenbosch has returned to her room, and she wishes not to be disturbed.
Merci. Madame certainly has mastered the art of subtlety.
They may not be the exact words she used, but I'm sure you can imagine. Excuse me, I have some further duties to attend to in the pantry.
Yeah, I bet. It's like early morning for you. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to search the top floor now. There is no one to disturb me. There is one room that holds particular interest. I should inspect the storage room while I have the rare opportunity. Let's go. Yeah, it's weird. Gazing at the stars is truly one of life's simple pleasures.
Huh.
I could spend every waking moment reading these books about adventures and characters. Yeah, it's weird. I would say like, oh, I'm not gonna stream until Friday, but for them it's like Thursday. And painting. Okay, to Angeline and Gideon's bedroom. Don't need to go there. To Cassandra's bedroom? Oh. Hello. Let's just go for now. Hold on. Let's have a look around first before we disturb her. Flowers. The Major's bedroom. Wasn't there like a storage room? Here we go. Oh, children's toys. A collection of children's toys. Such a shame to see them stored away and not being enjoyed. Considering they have been kept in a storage room, they are all in most perfect condition. My immediate assumption would be they belong to Mademoiselle Angeline. Grandfather clock.
Oh.
The time and skill it takes to build such a wonderful piece, it is an art form. Mish. Is there anything? A book? A lone storybook rests here. It's obviously been read a great number of times, judging by the condition of the spine and pages. I am perhaps not the target demographic, but I understand it would be quite popular amongst younger audiences. To the real lady of the house, happy birthday. Watching you grow into a proper young lady has been more than words can describe. All my love, Felix. I would not have expected to find such a heartfelt message written by Monsieur Hagen to Mademoiselle Angeline. Is this the usual inscription you would find from a family member? Could it? Could it be that Felix is really Angeline's father? Maybe? I don't know. That would be like a really big scandal. I cannot seem to get a straight answer from anyone regarding the Major. I know he has been friends with Madame van den Bosch for some years, but I must find out if it was anything more. Less messy than your room. Yeah, it really, cause like, I understand maybe loving the child of the woman you love. Like you're trying to be close, you're trying to be like a father figure. But that sort of book and inscription and like his love letter and the fact they've been like close for like years, I wouldn't be surprised. The plot thickens, seriously. Maybe that's what they're blackmailing. Maybe that's what the blackmail is about. Investigate the Major's relationship with the family. Because it's one thing to be like, so this picture, it's one thing to just fold the picture to just the woman that you love, but to fold the picture to include her daughter. That, assuming you have no, like come on. That's, oh, that's juicy. Okay. It's like folding this picture to remove the Viscount is like, this is my little family. The daughter, I think, I can't remember, but I think she just turned 21. She's 21 or something like that. She's like getting married. She's engaged. And it seems like she's still very much a young woman. Like, we have profiles of them. Her with his, she may be in her like early 20s. So, and if the Viscount knew, no, not the Viscount, if the Major knew Madame for 20 plus years, yeah, there's a 95% chance that could be his daughter. Because if you're only going for like riches, why not just go after the woman that you want? You know, why also try to get close to her daughter? Could it be? Could it be? Cassandra van den Bosch. Where's 23andMe when you need it? Investigate the Major's relationship with the family. Okay. Care for Cassandra and Angeline. The Major is innocent. High interest, large sum. The Major resides in the family for a long time. Angeline's attached to the Major. Major confesses. Major confessed his love for Cassandra.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Maybe this one?
I cannot see the logic in it. I must take a different approach if I am...
Oh, what the hell?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
It seems the Major has lived rather comfortably in the Van den Bosch house for many years. Talk to Angeline. The Major depends on Cassandra's accommodation. Should we also talk to Cassandra while we're up here? I say let's have a look around. Oh, it's getting juicy. Hello, Cassandra. A bust.
Huh.
Sorry, just going through your drawers.
Ah.
Nope. Perfume bottles. These perfume bottles look rather expensive. It would be wise to be careful with them. Let's talk to Cassandra. Hi, Cassandra.
Detective Poirot, what do you think you are doing in here?
I have something I wish to discuss with you.
Well, I hope it is important enough to justify barging into one's bedroom.
I assure you it is.
Good, because this has gone on far too long. We are snowed in this house while a murderer runs amok.
I can understand your frustrations, but it is not as simple as...
You were once an incompetent officer, and now it seems you are just as incompetent as a detective.
If I was not being lied to and misled at every turn, perhaps the murderer would already be in custody.
He's angry.
I hope you are not suggesting I had something to do with Felix's murder.
I am suggesting that if I had the support that everyone claims they are offering, we would be in a very different situation.
Oh, call her out.
If you have something you want to ask, I suggest you ask me now.
I was not aware the Major... I would like to ask you about a letter.
I'm sure he has hundreds of letters in there. Most of them could and should have been thrown away a long time ago. You are going to have to be more specific.
I refer to the letter addressed to you, the one of a romantic nature.
Oh?
Romantic nature? Oh, please, detective. Felix did not have a romantic bone in his body.
He made his intentions quite clear in the letter. I must admit I myself was surprised.
You really do have quite the active imagination, detective. If that is how you wish to interpret it, so be it. But I can assure you, the Major did not think of me that way, and certainly did not include it in a letter.
I was not aware the Major had been so close to your daughter.
We met before Angeline was born, so he was often at the house when she was growing up.
Before, you say?
And where was it you two met?
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving officer. A conversation was struck.
So it was not through the Viscount that you two met?
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
It was you that instigated it then?
Loki! What you doing? Stop it. Stop it. Come here. Here you go.
My, detective. That active imagination of yours has taken you on quite some journey.
Let's arrest her for funsies. Believe me, there were times I wanted to. Madame is attempting to deflect from a subject she obviously does not feel comfortable discussing. The Lady Viscount and the Major were surely friends then.
Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born. Felix was a welcome distraction from the loneliness of the house.
So he was around when the Viscount was away? Before Angelina was born? Oh, lady. You may be trying to deflect, but you're giving me all the information I need.
You were alone in the house?
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from a stone.
I know, right? Welcome distraction.
And when Angeline was born?
Edwin remained at home. It was his duty as a father.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's passing, Felix had relocated to the area.
Yeah, they were. Loki, stop it. Sorry, my dog just barks at everything. What are you doing? Stop it. You pretend you're some sort of guard dog. Stupid. Madame is incredibly coy and brief with the information she offers, but the Viscount's death coinciding with the Major's return, surely a mere coincidence to be too far-fetched.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
The Major was like, well, he's gone. My turn. Yikes. You want me to... No, I'm not gonna play with you. Stop it. We play after I stream, Dad. Alright. Investigate the Major's relationship with the family. Well, apparently the Major was like heavily disliked. Apparently I wouldn't be surprised, or at least Poirot wouldn't be surprised if all of them schemed his murder. The Major returned after the Viscount's death. Cassandra met the Major before Angelina's birth. This is tricky.
Is there something... Order and method.
No. Major confessed his love for Cassandra. Claims the Major didn't love her.
I cannot see the logic in this.
That doesn't work. Oh, what the hell?
What a revelation!
I'm getting worse and worse at this. It's obvious that the Major cared for Cassandra. That is no surprise to anyone. The Major cared about Cassandra. Talk to Cassandra. I will. Wait. Did that say also talk to Angeline? Talk to Angeline, talk to Cassandra. Okay, well, let's talk to Cassandra while we're up here.
Is this really necessary?
If you are correct and the Major had no romantic feelings towards you, why would he keep a photograph of you and Mademoiselle Angeline hidden?
He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, Detective. What he kept, hidden or otherwise, has nothing to do with me.
But it does not surprise you that he had such a photograph?
Yeah, like back in the day, paintings and photographs, so like how, you know, like when you this is like the olden day version of this, but you know how like when you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you're like in love and you're like, oh, my baby, like you have a phone and you would have like their picture as the background, right? Back in the day, the olden day version of that is actually having pictures. So back in the day, pictures were very expensive, you know? Like it was like only you can only get pictures with like professional photographers, and you have to pay quite a bit of money. So having a picture or a painting of a specific person, and you keep it close, that's like a telling that you love this person. This is your one and only. That, as well as keeping hair. Apparently locks of hair were like a thing to be like, as like a certain like love language. It was weird. But yeah, no, photos, paintings, pictures were so expensive back then to have. So when you do have them, you usually would only have pictures and pictures and paintings of people that you really love, that you keep close to your heart. So
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange that he keeps a reminder of us?
yeah,
Perhaps
exactly.
that says more about you, Detective.
Yeah, it's like keeping a picture of your kids in your wallet and stuff. Like, you know, it's definitely has that sort of thing. Cause I know like back in the day, people would keep pictures and locks of hair and like lockets, in their little lockets, or even in like, oh, this was like old, but I specifically remember Queen Charlotte. She actually really loved her husband. And she had pearl bracelets, and each pearl bracelet had like a picture of her husband on them, like a little medallion, not medallion, like a little picture of her husband on each bracelet, and she would wear those bracelets all the time. You can see in painted portraits of her, most of them she would have, a good chunk of them actually, that she would have the bracelets on, and you can see like a tiny itty bitty picture of her husband on it. She loves those. But yeah, it's pictures and paintings back in the day.
What I do find strange is that if he did hold a flame for you, why he would never express it.
'Cause she was a married woman.
If he did, it was not reciprocated. I have not even considered another since my husband's passing. Not that it is any of your business.
She sounded sad for a second, like she was denying it. If he did, it was not reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like that. Oh.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
I wonder if Felix was in love, but Madame Vandenbrosch was just lonely, you know? Alright, let's go talk to Angeline. I wonder if we'll have to expose, like drop the bomb that Felix could be Angeline's biological father. Perhaps it is time to speak with Mademoiselle Angeline again. She should be able to give us a valuable piece of the puzzle. Oh, there you are.
Detective Poirot, are you any closer to uncovering the truth of Felix's involvement with the letters?
I am, mademoiselle. I can confirm that he was not the author of the blackmail letters.
Unfortunately, no, I don't have a gun. I was invited here as a guest, and to help solve a blackmail, not a murder.
So the author is still out there.
Oui, but it will not be long before they are apprehended, and the only letters they shall be penning will be from behind iron bars.
Your confidence is rather assuring. Thank you, Detective.
Ooh, so many questions. While searching the storage room, I found a book that I assume was a gift from the Major to you.
I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday. I have read it from cover to cover countless times. He left such a lovely inscription too.
It sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not get to see. Was it common for him to bring you gifts?
Not common, but if he had been away for some time, he would bring me a small memento from his travels. He hasn't done that in some time, though.
The toys that were with the book, were they also gifts from the Major?
They were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long. I kept them in hope of giving them to my child when the time comes.
Aw, that's cute.
It sounds as though he had always cared about you.
His presence at the house was comforting for us both after Father died, even if sometimes he was a little too overprotective.
Excuse me. You spoke last night of the Major's support of your mama.
That's right. Ever since I can remember, Felix has been around.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks. The Major, her friendship with the Countess, not forgetting Monsieur da Silva.
Maman has many friends. I know how she may seem to most, but once you break the hard shell...
There is a further shell waiting to be broken.
Oh, very good, Detective.
Forgive me, mademoiselle. I only jest.
Hello, Sumi. You brought me a friend. Yeah, it's confirmed Felix blown her mind.
It's quite alright. You are not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it or not.
I am still yet to see this version of Madame that Mademoiselle Angelina speaks of. I'm not sure I will get my hopes up for a budding friendship. Yeah, that's okay. Welcome. Speaking with the Comtesse yesterday, she did not have the greatest opinion of the Major.
They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her, but they themselves cannot seem to get along.
Hello there.
He scared me.
She spoke of his desire to join the, how do you describe it? Social elite.
No, my favorite sound is paid now. Yeah, unfortunately, some people were abusing it, so you know. I like how I do like that you guys use the sounds, but yeah, you know, some people unfortunately had to ruin it for others. And now I have to restrict it. So, sorry. At least let me nope. Okay, I will. I won't change it right now. I am in the middle of a stream, so I'll change it after this, okay?
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just using our family name to make his way to the top.
Free sound effects sound like a disaster waiting to happen. Yes, unfortunately, they have been. I wanted to be able to make. Oh, sorry. I want to make sure everyone has fun with them, but you know, some people just gotta ruin it and abuse it. Your friend will show up soon. Okay.
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social standing.
Mademoiselle Angeline obviously does not believe that the Comtesse had to say about the Major. Perhaps it is jealousy that drives her scandalous theory. Yeah, okay. No worries. Why does my character look weird? Should be fine. If I may be so bold, did the Major contribute to the house?
How do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the immaculate condition it is in.
Maman looks after the financial side of the house, but I think she has had to ask him more than once for a contribution of sorts. It is not for me to get involved.
Your comment about the current guest stayed with me last night.
I'm sorry, detective. I did not intend to leave your mind so full of thoughts.
No apology is required. It actually made me question my whole chain of thinking. What if there had been a collusion between them, and the Major's murder was planned, organized, and orchestrated to make the investigation seem almost impossible?
Hello, Mika! Welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So you're a friend of Sumi. How long have you known Sumi?
Oh my, detective, that is quite a theory.
Every guest has a motive. You confirm that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
But not you.
Correct, mademoiselle. It would take much more to stamp Detective Poirot.
Wow, 5-6 years? That's crazy. So I'm assuming you're from the same area as Sumi? Like, did you meet at school?
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I was kind of required to learn it. Oh no, don't worry. Your English is great so far. I have everything that is needed to push Madame Van den Bosch on her secret. Let's go. Push the bear. No, poke the bear. That's the word. Investigate the Major's relationship with the family. It's her daddy. The Major is her daddy. Cassandra has no romantic feelings towards the Major. Cassandra met the Major before Angelina's birth. Conflicting opinions. The Major hasn't helped the house financially. Madame kept the Major around. Previous birthday gifts. I was certainly not as lucky when I was a child. It seems the Major is very generous to Angeline. Heavily encouraged.
I must act on thought and fact.
Maybe this one?
Magnifique.
There we go. As much as she tries to deny, Cassandra shared the Major's feelings in some capacity. She at least disliked him, somewhat. Let's attach the Major. Previous birthday gifts. It's so I could communicate with clients easier since his feelings. Oh, okay. What do you do for work?
This will not get me any closer. Come, my little grey cells.
Let's talk to Cassandra first.
Is this really necessary?
Yes, deal with it. Push on why Cassandra has housed the Major for so long.
Who I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain anything to you.
It is because I'm a detective trying to figure out who's blackmailing you.
I did not think you were one for charity.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but I'm sure you will remember that, financially speaking, we have had our issues.
I have all the evidence I need to confront Madame van den Bosch. It is my approach to the questions that I must consider. She will no doubt be defensive when pushed, but that may be the only way, as she will not give up any information she does not want to easily. Ooh, suggestive or forceful? It says she will no doubt be defensive when pushed, but that may be the only way. And yet you allow the Major to reside here, even without contributing. Ooh, okay. Judging by this sentence alone, I'll try forceful.
He was a man that required no protection, Detective.
Nice, okay.
Especially from me.
Okay, when I tell you, I fear that you'll find it a little strange, though. Oh, yeah, no, please. I like to get to know people in my chat. It's fun. Like just now, I learned that Vadar is actually from India, which is so cool.
That is the impression I had of him, which is why your defensive stance warrants questioning.
Your insistent questioning on such trivial matters are getting on my last nerve. There is a murderer and a blackmailer to be found. That is your job here.
Antagonizing his declarations of love meant nothing to you? Suggestive. Judging by the Major's words of the letter, it was... Ooh.
Your continued probing into something that does not exist. There is nothing I can tell you that will magically present what you are looking for, Detective. I have grown weary of this conversation, Poirot. There is nothing more to say.
Direct, forceful. There is something about your relationship. Oh, should I be forceful again? Your continued reluctance to answer my questions and your defensive nature suggests that there has been shared love between you. Oh. She's snatched. She is silenced. Oh.
Madame, you continue to withhold the truth.
She's cracked. Oh.
And you continue to get on my last nerve. I am not obliged to tell you every detail of my private life.
But when it impedes my investigation...
If only you were this focused on finding the blackmailer and...
Madame.
Very well.
I did it!
I did not lie about how we met. I was attending an event, raising money for... Oh, I cannot recall now. It had been some time since I had returned home, and was rather missing English soil. I was aware of Felix's invitation, or at least that there was to be several British officers attending the party, and that is where our friendship began.
Hello there.
He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed conversing with him. We shared walks in the park and read together. As I said, he was a welcome distraction from the days spent alone.
Okay, sorry, I was in the middle of like being shoot. You're a spirit channel. Okay, I read that you were a spirit channeler, but I got distracted with the game again. That's so cool. You have a real life Maya in the chat. That's so cool. Oh, can you channel my father, please? He's been pretty silent. No, I'm kidding. But that's cool. What's your... Ooh, what's the most, like, interesting and funny session that you've ever done? want to know.
I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention on being unfaithful to my husband. It was never our plan to go that far. Once I found out I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop.
Did we just get confirmation?
The Viscount never questioned Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake to bear. If he knew the truth, our lives would have been ruined. I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline, and they grew closer after Edwin's death.
Holy shit. We just got confirmation. Interesting or funny? Oh, okay. Interesting. What's the most interesting seance, I guess? That something strange happened recently where someone wanted to communicate with somebody who killed their family member just to tell them not very nice things. So that I had to politely decline. Damn. That's crazy. Wow. Hi, Shady. Hello.
I could not tell her the truth. Too much time had passed. The secret remained only between him and I.
I am good, but
Until now.
I'm good. I woke up a few hours ago. I had breakfast, and now I'm drinking my juice. And we just found out we got some... Oh, what's that show's name again? What's that show where it's like, you are not the father? Oh, shoot. What is it called? What is it? Wait, hold on. Maury Povich. We just had a Maury moment. As a Chandler, I need to ask people who they would like to meet and why. Wow, that's cool. Juice, not tea. I'm almost running out of tea, so I'm almost running out of tea, so I have to like ration it. You got a job! Yay! Congratulations! I wish I had like a button for confetti or something. Woo! Good job. What's the job? Sham.
And what were the Major's thoughts on revealing the truth?
He wanted to tell her everything.
Oh.
He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand.
Your name is T and you're drinking juice. What kind of upside down world are you living in? In Australia! It's called Australia! Tell me about... I can assume this is a secret that has been used for ransom.
It must be. But I have told no one.
And the Major?
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I believed him. What, even if he wanted to?
If the Major had let it slip even once throughout the years, perhaps in an intoxicated state, it is a secret that many would seek an opportunity to gain from.
You did not think anyone knew, and that is why you disregarded the letter.
If you bow to these criminals, they will only try to claw more from you.
Tell me about the letters.
I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found.
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
I'm saving up my points to get you to play a certain game. Oh no.
I would appreciate if you did not compare them to the face of a wanted felon.
Rip Persona. I am actually thinking of picking up Persona again. It's been so long. But I'll need to, like, play a little bit to up my attacks and stuff.
Pardon, madame.
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them. I don't understand. Why would they return them?
A mystery that is still yet to be solved.
Madame was beaten to the safe by another. It seems we have a thief within these walls to add to the list of criminals. But a thief that returns to their spoils.
I think that is all for now. Merci, madame.
You say play Persona or I'll commit a felony. You say you're joking, but knowing you, Sumi, I wouldn't be surprised. The uncertain connection between the Major and the ransom has been resolved. The Major was being blackmailed. The letters were not written by his hand. Pick a game for me. Pal World and Persona 3 Reload. Oh, let me see. Okay, I know Persona 3 Reload is on Xbox Game Pass at the moment. I think it's about to be released. It's not out yet. Pal World. I never heard of Pal World before. It's not out yet? Yeah. Pal World. It looks like Pokemon. Is Pal World just like Pokemon? Okay, I'll look into it. Maybe either tomorrow or Sunday. Nah, sort of. Pal World's coming up tomorrow? Oh, okay. The best murder mystery game ever. Ooh. What remains unsolved is why the Major was being blackmailed. 2 cases of extortion under the one roof. The question of their relationship must be asked. The Major's secret is anything but obvious from his letters. I now have a blackmailer, a murderer, and a weapon to find. If the correct process is followed, they shall be found swiftly. Not to mention a thief. I should take my leave. This room has already revealed enough. New Major insight. Okay. Danganronpa. Yeah. It's a survival indie game, but you can catch creatures to help you fight. Okay, so Pokemon. I was thinking of getting into Danganronpa. Is that how you say it? Danganronpa. I took Japanese for like 2 years, and and some words are still difficult. I had my suspicions that Madame Van den Brosch and the Major shared a romantic relationship, but I did not expect the revelation of this connection to Mademoiselle Angeline. I did. It was so fucking clear. I am not one of the very few that hold Madame's secret. Danganronpa. Okay, cool. Being an Australian, my Australian brain read that as Danganronpa. I will pay you to play it. You don't have to, but I take donations. I take bits. Oh, what happened there? Investigate the blackmail, investigate the murder. The Major is Angeline's fodder. Straight up. Like, if you can't. There it is. There. It's so good. Okay. The Major was not being it's not the blackmailer here, is being blackmailed. No! Do not touch the puppy. Joke's on you, I don't have a puppy. I've got a dog. Says there's a... it's probably just... Archibald.
Detective Poirot,
Ooh, what is this
how's your
angle?
investigation coming?
Monsieur Sterling, I must admit, I have learned much more than I was expecting to.
You'll be wrapping the case up soon, then.
Why do you ask?
One has never finished learning, monsieur, and in this case, I shall need to continue if I am to find the Major's killer.
Didn't Archibald say that he had the key to the safe?
It might help to vocalize your thinking. I'm all ears.
Why would you want to know, Archibald? Monsieur Sterling offers an interesting concept. If I was to state the current position of my investigation while holding back certain truths, the guilty party may realize I'm hot on their heels and reveal their hand.
Monsieur, would you gather the guests and staff in the salon?
Right away, Detective. Can I ask for what reason?
I shall reveal all once everyone is together.
Oh, got an achievement. Sumi's an interesting creature. She sure is. Chapter 6. The Search. Oh. Ooh.
Detective,
A cutscene.
what is the meaning of all this?
Get cozy.
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is of great significance to everyone. You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline van den Bosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Egan was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the Major's study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim.
This is great.
It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
His mouth's not moving.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partnership, in cahoots, if you will. Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer. Those of you that spun stories in an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence. Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool. My investigation is far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves. Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir.
Oh.
Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Quite the speech, Detective.
Are you nervous, Archibald?
Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, Mita. Thank you. I like Danganronpa more than Persona now, and you know me, saying that is like an identity crisis.
Merci, but it was not made to entertain. more to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
When you returned to the study last night, did you notice anything different from our previous visit?
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the Major. Sorry, Detective. Should I have?
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
If a guest had taken a wrong turn, finding themselves in the Major's bedroom first, I am sure they would not have proceeded through the next door. Unless they were not lost at all. There is a matter regarding the comet test that we must discuss.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
I suppose not.
I understand that Monsieur Stilling was only trying to help, but surely he must have seen what it could do for the integrity of my investigation. Oh, you gotta go, Sumi? Okay. Bye-bye. Is it hard to eat upside down? You get used to it. Who has access to this? Who has access to the safe in the Major study?
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady Vandenbosch.
Monsieur Demure was quite sure Archibald also had a copy of the key. It is not something one would easily forget. Regarding the access to the safe, you have seen its contents before?
When requested, aye. If something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access this safe?
Sumi, I'd like to request the 2,000 yen you offered for saying that.
It's not what you think, Detective.
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Vandenbosch.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
Yikes.
I know how it will sound, but I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
Monsieur Sterling's story of his lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. The Major safe is broken into with documents ransacked and letters involving Madame Vandenbosch's secret left out. It is a crime with no apparent purpose. I'd like to search the guest rooms.
Is that really necessary?
Ooh, yes please. Tell me. I love learning about this stuff.
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
It may be hard to imagine, but it is the truth. I would like to begin my searches now. Since it is closest, I will start with the west wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please return it when you're done.
Merci. I shall guard it with my life.
Yes, sir. First, let us pay the Cometesse a visit. Search the rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Before I can accuse anyone of a crime, I must be sure if they were working alone with another. This is a perfect opportunity to find evidence of any collusion and look for the murder weapon. Ooh, so imagine the most traditional style of Japanese house you can think of. Ooh, that's where you live. That sounds lovely. Okay. That's Margot's room. I should make myself known before entering.
Entrez?
Entree. The Comette's room. It would be rude not to address her before searching her room.
Detective,
What a pleasure. I did not expect to see you in my chambers.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
There is no need to act so stiff, detective.
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
Oh.
I will not apologize again for merely trying to help. Shall we get straight to it then? Let us not waste your time any further, detective.
I saw you conversing with one of the young servants yesterday. I commend you on your dedication with the woman you help. It is most honorable. Have you been able to find many girls from the work?
We wouldn't be doing a very good job if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
You have a seance room. Ooh, does it have like incense and candles? Or is it less? Is it more just a nice room?
She has fitted into Monsieur's home well.
What is better, detective? That she remained in an abusive house, or she is able to rebuild her life with an honest wage in a prosperous house?
When put like that, is she happy in her position?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all as often as possible. And if there was a problem, I would know.
Loki! Come here, bud. Lucky. Weirdo. By the way, if there are any Japanese terms that I say that you don't know, feel free to... Yeah, okay. Thank you. Come here, bud. Hold on. Come here. Yes, my dog. His name's Loki. He barks at everything. He's getting anxious. He wants to go play outside. Ah, that's nice. We're gonna go for a walk later, yeah? I'm glad to hear that more girls are building a better future for themselves, and it is with help from the Cometess that has been able to make that happen.
Be careful, detective. That almost sounded like a compliment.
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, madame. Your work outside is something that many more could take note of.
We do what we can.
I saw you conversing with one of the young servants yesterday.
That would be Inga. She has been one of the most promising young women that has come from the shelter.
Madame Vandenbosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, detective. She does have a heart.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, detective. You should not judge someone on their past actions.
Believe me, Countess, I know that only too well.
The next thing is what we wear. The best comparison I can make is my afraid from Asus. Yeah, I know her. We actually have a... Naughty. Sorry. My dog was being naughty. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, we actually have a Phoenix Wright series that we're doing on the channel.
Merci, madame.
So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Search the guest room for evidence of possible collision. The wonders of modern technology. What a joy it must be to have music in one's home. Piano.
Ah.
The chance to play is very tempting, but I shall save myself the embarrassment. Anything around here? Perhaps a present for the family as a thank you for their hospitality. Ooh, purple and pink. Plant.
Huh.
To survive something that species will take lesson from. First aid kit.
Ah.
A first aid kit full of medical equipment, bandages, plasters, antiseptics, and a pair of scissors. Talk to Margot.
Go ahead, detective.
Perhaps I was a little rash with my response to you examining the Major's body.
A compliment and now an apology. Well, detective, you certainly have changed your tune.
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that your training was some years ago.
From my days as a nurse, oui.
If that is so, why would you have brought several pieces of equipment usually found in a physician's bag?
One must always be prepared, detective.
Prepared? At an engagement celebration?
If I had not brought them, I would not have been able to assist you last night. Perhaps you should be thankful for my precaution and not so suspicious.
And I had not... And had she not brought them all, I would not have to ask such a question.
Merci, madame.
It now requires... do you know that, Jim? Yeah. Oh, it actually has a name? I haven't gone far with... the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I think I'm like halfway through. So I didn't know it was called Magatama? Magatama? Okay, is that everything? Oh. Perhaps the happy couple's engagement has someone in a particular romantic mood. Anything else? I don't think so. Let's go to the next one. The ever-guarded Jacqueline Conrad. It is time I should question her from the conversation. Wait, did I just... how did I get up here? I thought we were just exiting.
Detective, what can I do for you?
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
I'd like to ask, I'd like to start with your relationship with the Major.
Like I said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
Oui, but how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
There is one particular I had in mind.
Tell me about your argument. I'm sure you have grown wary of the subject, but Monsieur Becca's. Tell me about your argument.
An argument would imply it was a two-way conversation.
And that is not how it was?
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, Detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
And his reason to storm off?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
Metaphones are usually used as a symbolic and religious to enhance the connection between them. Oh, that's cool. See, I don't know anything about this, so I'm just like, I always like to learn something new. I thought the Major would only be supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline, but there must be more to why he would not want her success to be known.
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people. But behind closed doors, he's clueless.
Clueless in what way? Do you use any other tools? Or is it just that one?
Let me guess. The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Mademoiselle does not think particularly highly of Monsieur Becca's. She is a strong, independent woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character. Okay, I have a question. When someone asks, like, oh, I want to talk to this person, do you need, like an object of that person? Like, maybe, like, if the person likes knitting or something, do you need to, like, hold the knitting needles or, like, some of their knitting tools? Or do you have, like, or do you need, like, a picture? Or do you just, like, hold the person's hand? Like, what do you do when you try to contact someone?
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Kitty! My cat's in here. He's probably gonna jump up soon.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know.
Just put my earbuds away. Okay. Let's have a look around. Newspaper. Among them, a recent article by Jackie Conrad about the riots linked to Ernesto's factory. Peaceful strike turned to loss of lives as violence breaks out. Breaks out on frontline. 4,000 riot, 5 dead. Following the tragic events in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class, the area has been cordoned off and police presence at the scene has been increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down and the powers handed over to law enforcement services. Workers laid down their tools, switched off all machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as the fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as peaceful protests by those employed at the factories has turned into a battle of class, with support for the workers coming from all over the city. Although reports have not been confirmed, sources say the violence broke out following a second wave surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but it's believed that as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the fighting. Damn. The workers' front line have been considered as a representation of the people and working class of Belgium that now refuses to work in such demanding conditions for such a demeaning and insufficient wage. Chief Commissioner Larue has confirmed that the outbreak of violence and resulting civilian deaths are being investigated, and an official statement is to be made in the coming days. Jacqueline Conrad. Now, anyways, my... The process works like this. I talk with my clients as to who and why they want to help them. We head to my saint's room slowly and carefully and set up a circle of candles. First sit and turn off the lights. We sit in the circle on our knees and cross and then let the... Oh. Pocket knife cupboard. Nothing seems to be of any interest. What about this pocket knife? I presume this belongs to Jackie. Chasing a good story may lead her into some precarious scenarios. Okay. Cluttered workstation. Jackie has set up a makeshift office in her room. She must bring her work with her everywhere. Mr. Artige spotted leaving the Valet Tickle Friday at 11:15. Cambry House has been poaching off neighborhood and land. Border Duck Maggie is to follow up. Miss Bonte found her husband in their marital bed with a young maidservant. Testament from maid needed. Damn. Mr. Denault overheard the cackling crew speaking poorly of King Leopold. He said questionable ideas. What's wrong, fancy? What else? Jackie? We need to talk.
Go right ahead, detective.
God damn, she's so loud. I was surprised to learn Monsieur de la Silva and the Major worked together.
All Felix cared about was money and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with de Silva.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
Need and want are two very different things. Did he need to move here and leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to.
Tell me your opinion on their work together.
As far as I know, de Silva hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
Oh no, I didn't ask any more questions. But I will ask one now. So when you communicate, do you talk like when you talk to the spirits, I guess? Sorry, I'm new at this. I don't know really what to ask. But are you like talking as a messenger, or are you talking as the actual person? Do you talk as a messenger, like, oh, your mom wants you to know blah 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 blah, you know?
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did turn that way.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Anyone could see that was gonna happen. If you ask me, Hugo should have acted sooner.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Okay. Nothing to link yet. Nothing to link either. Let's keep walking around. Here we are, Mademoiselle Angeline in Gideon's room. I wonder what we shall find. Yeah, I figured. I think if you were like to summon my dad or something, and you're like talking as my dad, I think that would be a lot harder on me. Personally.
Oh.
I could have mistaken it for my own. Gideon's room is pristine. Door. There does not seem to be anything of interest here. What's that up there? A photograph? They seem like it seems they used to be closer. Perhaps their recent behavior is merely a facade. Could it be possible that Gideon collaborated with Zachariah? Aww. Brothers. What's that? There's a can of something. How do I... It's a lot less unsettling to hear Chandler say hello, it's me. Yeah, I figured. What about this book? Can I link something yet? Gideon's room. Gideon's room is pristine. Photo of Zachariah. Okay. Is there anything else? What's this? Oh gosh. There's this weird costume on here. Can't look at the boots. With all the west guest rooms searched, I should make my way to the guest rooms on the east of the first floor. There must be evidence of collusion somewhere. Yeah, I think, yeah, that would be pretty unnerving. Is there anything in here? It seems like the same old stuff. Oh, he said first floor, was it? Nah, it doesn't look like there's another. So let's head back down. Set on the east wing, right? So this way. Whoa!
Mademoiselle, we meet again.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot. Pardon, Détective Poirot.
Just a detective is quite all right.
Bon, can I help you with something?
Tell me about your relationship with the other staff.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but most of the time we get along.
You must all be quite close, then.
Some more than others.
You refer to whom, mademoiselle?
Well, Maman sorry, Rihanna, she's been here the longest, and she's very close with Lizzie on account of Luke.
She calls him Maman. So Mama Rihanna. This probably goes without saying, but no, I do not turn into the person in question. Yeah, no, I figured as much. Yeah. I feel like the media always exaggerates that sort of thing. How is it, mademoiselle? If you do not mind me inquiring, what brought you to the women's shelter?
I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on the streets.
It is not an experience I have had to face personally, but I understand that many are forced into it, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly, oui.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuffs.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I commend you on your efforts.
Also, one thing I cannot do is communicate with pets. Yeah, I figured if you can't really talk to your pets in real life, what makes you think you can talk to them in the spirit world? I have no idea how many. Where's someone saying, I just want to talk to my sweet puppy. Aww.
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell somewhere.
There is an obvious alliance to the Comitas and an understandable one at that. How is it to Mademoiselle Elizabeth's late fiancé connects them?
Maman Ray is Luke's sister. You did not know that?
Oh!
I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. It must have been awful, losing him in those riots.
Oh, he died in the riot.
Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged. They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one responsible for his death, I wouldn't want Maman Ray looking for me.
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray, she has expressed her desire for revenge.
Every time she talks about what happened.
How is it that the knowledge of Luke's death has eluded me for so long? The death of a brother is certainly motive enough. Achievement. I did not see an aggressive side to Mademoiselle Rehana, when we spoke, but I wonder if she would act on such impulses for revenge if the opportunity arose. It was you that alerted the house to the Major's body, was it not?
I was taking him a plate of food, but he didn't answer to my knocking.
You then entered the study.
I did. He wasn't moving. He just lay there.
I did not mean to upset you again. Seeing him there would be troubling for anyone, and I'm sure it is not a memory you wish to relive. Merci, mademoiselle.
As an inexperienced medium, I once tried that. It did not work in the slightest. I'm very experienced, of course, now, so I know better. That's good. Inge may seem nothing more than a young innocent maid, but there is something that she is withholding. If I am to solve the cases before me, I must learn what it is. Ooh, discover Inge's involvement in recent affairs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go here. No, that's at the library. Oh no, this is interesting stuff. Zachariah's bedroom. I wonder if Monsieur Zachariah is seemingly innocent as his brother. I should speak with him before searching his room.
Monsieur Demir, I hope you are feeling better today.
I don't know, would you call it spooky? Like supernatural stuff? I guess you could call it. I like that sort of thing.
Nothing a good night's sleep couldn't fix.
Très bien. I wonder if you would be up to discussing certain matters with me.
Whatever you need.
I might be playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney this weekend. Ooh, stretching. Oh, stretching. Oh. Okay. You don't like the word supernatural? Okay. Spiritual. I like that sort of thing. Is spiritual okay? I'm sorry if dealing with the Major's body brought up any familiar emotions.
I lost my taste for death a long time ago, but it had to be done. I'm certainly in no rush to be carrying a dead body again, though.
Most understandable. I shall extend the same gratitude to you as I did to your brother.
You've spoken to him already. How is he?
Perhaps that should be a question you ask him yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
Your brother was talking with the Comtesse while in the salon. I was not aware they were close.
Those two, close.
They must share something in common to be able to hold a conversation for the time they did.
If there is one thing I know about my brother, it's that he will not. No. He cannot be rude. He just doesn't have it in him.
Was it not your brother that punched Monsieur Hagen?
Ah, that's different. He was asking for it. If you put my brother in a room with 5 socialites like her, he would work his way around every single one of them, offering his full attention and finest manners.
I spoke to your brother about your past. This all seems second nature to me, so it kind of feels like I'm explaining this to somebody like a teacher.
I bet he had a lot to say. He always did have an opinion on the war.
What's the most strange... well, actually, you already said that one, yeah. You already explained. Have you ever had like a scary message that you were asked to deliver? Like a scary... I did this with Ruby once. Oh, I think I know who... Yeah. Ruby. Yeah. Yeah. I do. But yeah, have you ever had like a scary message? Or like something that like gives a chill up your spine, like ooh, that felt weird, you know? I bet he had a lot of to say.
When I say your past, I refer to your past as brothers.
Okay, well, what did he say?
It seems you both had the same sentiment for this party. Perhaps the bridges that you thought were once burnt are in fact primed to be reconstructed.
We'll see how probable that reconstruction is going to be. Until he sees my point of view, I don't know how we can move forward.
What is there for him to understand before the bond can be repaired?
He lost his friends in the war, the same as everyone. But somehow he has forgiven. I'm sorry, Detective, I can't. And Gideon just doesn't understand that.
After speaking with Monsieur Gideon about his brother's state of mind, I think the best thing for them both would be a reconciliation. There is something about Monsieur Zachariah's story that is leaving out, though. I've dealt with the death of his friends and comrades weighs heavy on him. Merci for your assistance, Monsieur. Cigarette butts. The room is littered with mess. Cigarette butts discarded right next to the ashtray. Okay. Ceremonial dagger. An ornament dagger from Zachariah's time in the war. Lots of cheese and fruit and wine. There is one thing that was so unsettling that it threw me off guard and caused me to mess up this room. Ooh, what happened? I'm nosy. Can I not go? Okay. Ooh, talk to Zachariah again.
Always got time for my favorite detective.
There is a particular item I found while conducting my search.
The dagger. I wondered how long it would take for that to become an issue.
I shall give you the opportunity to explain the reason for it being here before I jump to any conclusions.
It was going to be a wedding gift for Gideon. I've maybe not been the best brother in recent years. I thought this could make up for some of it. After what happened to the Major, I thought it was a bit tasteless.
Yeah.
You did not see it fitting to tell me you were harboring a rather sizable knife in your room?
Also, who gives a knife for a wedding present?
I wouldn't say harboring. And I wasn't expecting to be a suspect in a murder.
Merci for your assistance, monsieur.
Alright, is that it? Oh, one link. Search for the guest rooms. Okay. helped Ernesto find a maid. This one?
Another
Ah,
success.
There we go. The Demir brothers' strange relationship is enough to suggest that they would not have worked together. Okay, so they're definitely not the murderers. There was once this nice old lady, Kari. She talked to me and said how she wanted to talk to her husband, who she loved very much. And by now, I'm used to that sort of thing. So, of course, it's... Okay. Ooh. I like these stories. Nope, nothing new here. So let's go head out. Oh. Itchy head. Monsieur Becker's room. Without him here, I am free to search it. Yes, sir. Anything of interest? A notebook? Or a book? Beside Hugo's notebook, a hasty scribbles regarding a meeting with who I'm assuming is Ernesto. Curious. I'm not gonna read it. Touch it. It seems to have been attempting to write a speech of some kind, unsuccessfully though. I wonder, does this fit a pattern of behavior with Hugo? You underestimate the power of a man's defiance. Your men, you are in position to bring all this to an end. All we ask is what we deserve. Ooh. Excuse me, why am I getting sleepy? If you do not retract your men, they will be met with equal force, too forceful. Your weapons may beat our bodies, but they will not bruise our heart's spirit. These are the men that have built our great nation, country, and will continue to. Money will not save your soul. Thought it was going to be a regular loved one to loved one talk, and the ritual went as usual. We both cleared our minds, and the candles went out. Everything was normal. Jill made tell Ray that I love him very much and that I'm trying my best, even though he's not here. Which is a relatively normal thing to hear. Okay. I'm just waiting for the ball to drop. Oh, wait. What photograph? Oh, photograph. With so many siblings, it must have been difficult for Hugo to get attention. Whoa. So there's one. Is this all his siblings? But the response I got from Ray was filled with nothing but hatred. I hate you, you should die. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, damn, I didn't expect that. Oh, what did you tell her? I would lie. I think I would lie. I would be like, oh, he says he loves you too. And, you know, he's very proud of you. Ooh. Damn. The business-minded Monsieur de la Silver's room. Talk to him. Talk to Ernesto.
Monsieur de Silva, I am sure you understand the necessity for this type of search.
Ernesto de la Cruz. Monsieur de la Silva.
Not really, detective. Your speech was rather spirited, but it did not give me much faith in your investigation.
His voice is loud too.
I have not had my abilities questioned to my face by one of those I suspect of a crime before.
Well, if you wish to prove me wrong, you should hurry up and find Felix's killer.
And I hope, with your help, monsieur, I shall.
Madame Vandenbrosch spoke of your work with her late husband.
Yes, I helped him invest some money. Unfortunately, he was not the businessman he thought he was.
Madame Vandenbosch had a very similar view. At least he could have taken solace that you are both in the same position.
I think you're confused, detective. It was Edwin that lost his fortune, not I.
Forgive my naivete. If you were helping him make viable investments, would you not have seen the same opportunity for yourself?
I told him about the opportunities. I did not tell him to put his whole family's wealth into it. The prospect of doing good meant more to him than his profit margins. He was bound to fail.
Damn.
The business declared bankruptcy.
I would have loved to lie, but it would have been clear by now how I reacted, but something was off. That was completely through me off guard. As a ritual, I would previously apologize and told her the truth. Damn. How did she react? Was she, like, surprised, or was she like, yeah, that sounds like my husband? Damn.
It did, until it was purchased for a fraction of its worth and made the new owner a small fortune.
I'm beginning to see Monsieur de la Silver's more ruthless side. It sounds as though the Viscount was trying to at least make a positive change, but perhaps he was missing Monsieur de la Silver's cutthroat edge. What we spoke of last night regarding Madame Bosch.
Everything that I want to say on that matter has already been said.
I understand, monsieur. But what I would like to know is, was the late Viscount aware of your feelings towards his wife?
Of course not.
Excuse me, detective, but you have crossed the line.
Crossed the line like an attempt to bankrupt a business partner and friend so that you'll be able to swoop in and impress a certain target of your affections.
You make such ridiculous accusations without a shred of proof.
Your reaction at the mere suggestion is proof enough, monsieur. While I cannot arrest you for betrayal of a friend, I can hope your conscience does not forget, and that will be punishment enough.
Monsieur de la Silver's actions are not a criminal offense, but if there was a penalty for deception and deceit, he would surely receive a life sentence. If he has gone to such lengths before, what would stop him from committing a similar act again, this time to the Major? I know you have worked with the Major, but what do you know of his finances?
He didn't have much to speak of. I was always surprised at the life he lived.
Surprised in what way?
That message gave me literal nightmares so much. Damn. I wonder what would have triggered that sort of reaction.
Well, considering it wasn't that long ago he came to me asking about work, I didn't think he was in such good financial shape.
You offered him a position.
Nothing that he was willing to lower himself to. That's when he began talking about what else he could do for me.
The Major worked security for your factories?
If you can call what him and his team did security. For the money I paid, I did not expect them to be so reckless.
It was a considerable amount you paid him?
Sorry, I'm just stretching.
There's no need to divulge amounts, but it was certainly more than was expected.
One would expect a business of Monsieur de la Silver's calibre to have agreed a price with the Major's services. Why would he allow the Major to barter more? Tell me about the Major's security team.
He said they were all professionals, but I saw nothing of the sort. He said he had worked with them all in the army as their superior officer. They were men that could be trusted.
But that was not the case?
I had not even met them before they arrived on site. They brought their own equipment. They looked like they knew what they were doing.
And this equipment, it included the weapons that injured and killed the workers?
Damn.
It was not much of a choice, detective. I said they didn't need them, but Felix said it was essential. He said he knew better.
The more the more Monsieur talks, the shadier his dealings with the Major become. It's beginning to sound as though the riots were no accident.
That is all for now.
Honestly, as a general, I'm used to my clients needing someone to emotionally support them after. Yeah, I imagine so. That's nuts. Coming in to be like, to hope that your husband will tell you the same.
Oh.
But instead, you're met with so much hatred. It's crazy. The letter stating the blackmailer would reveal information of his questionable business dealings. He's being blackmailed too! Monsieur de la Silver, at first you may question the nature of this letter, by its conclusion, you will know that what you have fought so hard to keep hidden could be far from it. You have spent years feeding off the hard-working backs of others and offering nothing in return. Your workers continue to take their lives into their own hands, day after day, with your shoddy, damaged, and dangerous machines for a fraction of what they deserve. Deal after deal is made, while your pockets become fatter, lining them with more of your blood money. It is your workers that must pay the price. The mistreatment and pain you have caused does not only reside in factories that you own, but the houses that you live in. You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live the opulent life that you do, and I will not allow you to continue. I can no longer sit back and watch as you disregard any sense of integrity and morality, and continue to remain on your self-made pedestal, lording over those that deserve so much more. It is time you paid the price for your crimes, and the cost of 5,000 francs. It is a small price to pay for my silence. If you do not receive it before, if I do not receive it before Friday, it will be cash. It will not be cash you are paying, but rather years behind bars. Bring the money to a small brown paper bag in a small brown paper parcel, addressed to Monsieur Cordier, to the post office on Rue de l'Entrepots. Give it to the cashier and leave. If you do as requested, you will not hear from me again, and you may continue your life of luxury. It is obvious that you do not value others' lives, but I urge you to consider what yours is worth. Plus, yeah, honestly, I think I couldn't do that job. I would be way too nosy. I'd be like, hey, Ray, like, why do you hate your wife so much? What's the tea? A contract of a partnership between Ernesto and Hugo. It's missing Hugo's signature. This agreement is governed by laws of the Kingdom of Belgium. Both parties agree to the following. Current workers strike shall cease in all manners and forms. Factory floor machine operators and supervisors shall return to their positions immediately. Term of the above contract shall be implemented and relevant action shall be taken. Signed, Mr. Ernesto del Silver and M. Hugo Beggars. Why am I sleepy? Oh boy. Can we head out now, or... Oh, talk to Ernesto again.
What is it now, detective?
Your mustache sucks. My mustache is better. Look at it. It's nice and combed. Monsieur Demir invited Monsieur Bex so that you two might sit down and find some common ground.
Yes, and no one asked them to.
But surely it is beneficial to both parties. Your profits must have been affected.
There are barely any profits to speak of.
Why have those talks not taken place and a deal arranged?
Monsieur Beckers has made no attempt to speak with me and offered no counter-offer.
Although it is Monsieur de la Silver's wages and treatment of his staff that is in question, it sounds as though he is at least trying to resolve the issue, surprising unlike Monsieur Beckers. Push unwillingness to hit the letter.
I have spoken of a potential blackmail ring, and yet you still kept your letter to yourself.
I might need to go wash my face in a bit.
It is none of your business, and it is nothing more than a cheap trick to have me admit something that is not true.
Is it?
If that were the case, It would be strange for you to have kept the letter and brought it with you, would it not?
Your persistence is a trait I do not enjoy.
Deal with it. Monsieur de la Silva has remained blunt, if not curt, with his responses to my question. Perhaps it would be best to act in a courteous and empathetic manner, so that he may be more forthcoming with the truth of his blackmail letter. Ooh, authoritative. Straightforward. There must be a reason. Let's go straightforward.
No reason, detective. Merely saving you from wasting your time.
Yeah, I think I originally wanted to go to school to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And it wasn't I took a year off school. I took a year just to work and do my own thing, and then I realized like, I don't think I have the mental capacity to do this job.
I will be the judge of that. I would like to know about any and all evidence that may help my investigation. I trust there is nothing else you deem a waste of my time.
Of course not, officer. It's not as though you think I'm harboring some illicit secret. The letter was a pathetic attempt to intimidate me. Nothing more.
I am a detective. Concerned. Condemning. Concern. You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live the opulent life that you do.
I have never heard so much rubbish in all my life. I value those that work hard and deserve it.
That suggests there are some that you do not respect.
Yes, well, why should I praise someone for doing a poor job? You make me sound like some monster.
Monsieur, the letter does not only discuss your questionable business dealings, but also cases of abuse against your staff. Both accusations that must be taken very seriously.
Detective, there is a difference between telling a member of my staff what to do and abuse.
I'm stretching. Ooh. Jesus.
And it is you that decides where that line is drawn?
In my house? Yes, it is.
Monsieur does not like being pressed on the subject of how he treats his staff. If he had nothing to hide, there would be no need for such a reaction. Do you have any idea as to which staff member may be expressed their abuse?
Please stop calling it that. I treat all my servants exactly how I always have, and no one has complained before.
Maybe some people were too afraid to complain.
That does not mean your behavior is appropriate.
They have one chance. If they are not doing the job they are hired to do, they are gone. You would be surprised how many staff expect an easy ride.
I did not expect Monsieur to treat his staff the same as his friends, but I also did not expect to treat them like stray dogs.
Is there a specific member of staff that may have expected such a ride?
Spirit, you've been doing this when you were... Oh, since you were 11. Crazy. Spirit ministries are...
There is one girl, a new maid. I didn't expect great things from her, but Comtesse de Vos promised me she could do what was required.
This must be the young girl that the Comtesse spoke of. Perhaps the position she is finding for these girls are not the best fit.
That is all for now.
I'm gonna go quickly wash my face real quick, because I'm getting sleepy for no reason. Okay, let me just... I'll be right back. I'm back. Ah, yep. Washing my face really helped. Okay. Let's look into here. Search the guest rooms for evidence of possible collusion. Okay. Hugo's family. Oh! Hold on, hold on. Where's my charger? There we go. Need to charge my thing. There we go. Oh, Suo! Hi! Welcome. How are you? Oh, you're so late. You're not that late. Hugo's family photo, blackmail letter. I'm unwilling to pay the blackmail letter. Slow to react. This one?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I was reading a manga, I didn't see the notification. Oh no. In Jackie's opinion, she doesn't value particularly highly. Would he collaborate with anyone else, I wonder? Oh. Huh. Let's see. That's funny. Margot, help. Oh, this one?
I cannot see the logic in this.
Damn.
Perhaps
Margot works at the women's shelter. Oh, maybe this one?
Come, my little
No.
grey cells. We must think logically.
This one?
I must
No.
act on thought and fact.
Oh, this one. Hugo's notebook.
What a revelation!
The Twitch haters and more. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't put that in a... That wasn't me. I think that was just Twitch. Hugo and Ernesto confirm each other's alibis. It's possible that they may have been colluded. That may have colluded to murder the Major. Can I find anything to support this? Can we? Maybe these two?
Things are beginning
Yeah.
to become clearer.
I am doubtful this duo would collaborate. Would Ernesto deal with another member of the house? Perhaps someone who never confirmed his alibi. Hugo and Ernesto seems unlikely to collude. What else? Archibald allowed to check Loco's body? Maybe this one?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the
Ernesto de la Cruz. Ernesto unwilling to play blackmail. Zachariah says Gideon is polite to Margot. You're getting married next week. Congratulations. I love a wedding. That's so cool. Good job. Why am I saying good job? Good on you. There's one more to link. Zachariah says Gideon was polite to Margot. What am I looking for? I'm willing to play the background.
This will not get me any...
No. It's not any of those ones. Scrapped paper. It seems as though attempting to write a speech of some kind unsuccessful. That's why I'm on board to prepare for that. Yeah, I run my own business as well. It's fun. Fun. It's been very stressful. But yeah, I get a lot more free time, that's for sure. Major only cared about money. Major tried to pay Jackie off. What does the notebook say? Inside and use my scribble and guarding.
Is there something?
No. Oh! Ernesto employed us. Wait, what?
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Ernesto doesn't strike me as the sort of man that would ask for help no matter how important. Ernesto may have asked. Oh, Ernesto may have asked. Okay. I see. Investigate the blackmail. Ernesto mistreats his employees. Motives?
Order and method. That...
Nope, not that one. Ernesto employed a servant from the women's shelter. Margot got the job for Margot. That one?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Margot is making her shelter girls do her dirty work, finding dirt on members of the social elite. Oh! It's getting spicy.
What is it now, detective?
This is gochujang level of spicy. Did you speak with the Comtesse directly about hiring a servant from the shelter?
She approached me. I thought it was rather brash.
In what way?
Oh, shoot. Did I accidentally double click? Shoot. Assuming that I would want to take on another servant and one with such a troubled background, she is running the charity, not I. Monsieur, there is something you are keeping from me. Your business relationship with the Major was obviously towing the line of legality.
When he came to me, I told him that with the factories on strike and my profits pouring down the drain, I had nothing for him. But he said he could help me get them all back to work and the factories earning. His rates were steep, but he said he knew what needed to be done, and he was prepared to do it. A week passed and they were all still on strike. In fact, even more had joined them. He made excuse after excuse, demanding more and more money for the job to be done. But he never actually told me what he was going to do.
Probably scamming you.
The riots.
I had no idea they were going to charge them like that. How was I meant to know?
And even following such a tragedy, he continued to demand money from you.
He said if he wanted my silence, it would cost. Do you have any idea what it could do to my livelihood, my name? If it got out that I had paid the so-called security that did that.
I have every idea, monsieur. You hired a militia to take action against your own workers. You deserve whatever name is chosen for being so morally bereft in your decision-making.
Oh, spit.
I didn't know that was what he was going to do.
Sorry.
You must believe me.
I have to believe nothing but the truth. And the truth, monsieur, is that it is not only the Major that has the blood of those men on his hands. That is all for now.
I'm gonna take down the volume of the dialogue, because that was way too loud. Ooh, Margot approached Ernesto to offer help.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Margot may know more than she's letting on if she has inside link with the staff of the house. I have found no clear evidence of the guests working together in any capacity. What has become clear is the Comtesse connection to the staff. Could there be something more to their relationship? Ooh. Oh wait, who to talk to? Inge. Inge. These quarters. There you are.
Is there something you need, detective?
Tell me about your true relationship with the Comtesse.
She helped me at the shelter, and with this job.
That I am already aware of. What I am not is what else she tasked you with.
Pardon, detective?
I know that your position as a servant in this house is not your only job. What did Comtesse de Vos ask you to do while in this house?
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it. If anyone found out, I would be the prime suspect.
Oh, she's spilling the beans. Madame van den Bosch would have been aware of the young Inge's past, and she's worried that they would accuse her. What was asked of her must be related to her past life as a thief.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Ooh.
Is there something?
Maybe this one? Oh, safe access?
I cannot see the logic in it.
Something to do with one of these.
This will not get me any closer.
Damn it. Ah, damn it.
What a revelation!
Duh. Inge was admitted that her work in the house is not wholly honest. Inge is assisting with thefts. Safe access?
I must take a different approach.
Oh, how about... Yeah,
Magnifique.
there we go. I thought it was irresponsible of Archibald to lose his key, but now its disappearances make sense. Inge stole the keys. Nope, nothing to add to that. Inge?
Is there something you need, detective?
What was it... Wait, what was it that the Comtesse asked you to steal from the house?
Nothing. She said I was to take nothing.
If it was not something she wished you to take, what was it?
She wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
Why did she request that?
At first I didn't know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the Major, I knew she had used what I found.
Perhaps my suspicion of Monsieur Sterling's involvement with the Major's safes are incorrect, and his key was not lost but stolen. Tell me how you accessed the safe.
I knew Monsieur Archie had a key, and it would be easy to get it from him.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything was ever discovered missing, he would surely take the blame.
I never took anything. I only told the Comtesse what I had found.
And that was?
About Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship, and Angeline.
I'm sure the Comtesse was pleased to hear such valuable information.
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back and got the letters last night.
So it was a young Inge that beat Madame van den Bosch to the safe last night, but why would they be left in such a precarious fashion? When I returned to the study this morning, the letters were made out in the safe open.
I fetched the letters again and took them to the Comtesse last night. But she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study. I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark, as I dared not turn the light on. Someone would have seen it.
Trying to slot a key into a lock in the dark is no easy feat. That would explain the scratches on the safe. If Madame van den Bosch had only tried to retrieve the letter minutes earlier, she would have surely crossed paths with Inge.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Okay. This gets more and more interesting. Inge knows of the hidden room. Access safe.
Come, my little princess.
Wait. Inge stole the key to Archibald. Inge stole the safe.
Things
There
are
we go.
beginning to become clearer.
See, sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. I wonder how many secrets the house holds for Inge to find. Inge is trying to uncover secrets. Maybe this one?
Another success. I never doubted myself.
If there is somewhere in the house where a secret lies, it will surely be found in a hidden room. Vandenbosch secrets may be in the hidden room. Talk to Inge. My suspicions of the Comtesse connections with Inge was correct. She was using the young girl to find out anything and everything she could about the family, while the Comtesse need not get her hands dirty. The bitch. Oh, something to link. What to link? Vandenbosch secrets may be in the hidden room. Marco has links to several others. This one?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Such a calculating web of lies and secrets. What motive could possibly justify such devious actions? Finally, I have unmasked the blackmailer. Mademoiselle Angeline and the other recipients of the letters may no longer live in fear. Comtesse de Vos shall pay for her crimes. Damn! We found the blackmailer! Oh, I'm in my room again. Angeline.
Mademoiselle, merci for coming.
Have you had a breakthrough, Detective?
I have. Finally, I have the news you have awaited.
Please, Detective, don't hold me in suspense.
I don't know why, but I feel like someone else is gonna die, but maybe not. Just the way this is set up is very ominous. Oh, sorry, I burped. I have finally uncovered the identity of the one holding the Vandenbosch name to ransom.
Oh my, I feel faint at the thought of knowing who could have done this to us.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is Comtesse de Vos that is behind the letters.
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
Not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well? Detective, I just don't know what to say.
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a lot of information to take in.
I just don't understand why she would do such a cruel thing.
What do you know of the young Inge's past?
She has never been particularly forthcoming with it. Only that she was homeless for some time and that she was at the women's shelter before here.
And it is there that the Comtesse abused her power and manipulated her to uncover secrets of the family.
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work?
I am afraid so, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is in a state of shock. To learn that such a close friend of the family has betrayed them in such a cruel way, it must be devastating.
Is Maman aware?
You are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait.
'Cause we're still snowed in. S'il te plaît, mademoiselle, we must go through the correct channels.
And we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But we cannot telephone anyone, as the lines are still down.
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must have caused more damage than expected.
Last night? They have been done all weekend, Detective. Detective? Are you okay?
How could I have been such a fool? I saw Monsieur Sterling talk on the phone, but I heard no ring.
Detective Poirot?
Oh no! Oh no! Was I right about Archibald? Is he scheming? It was all a lie, a scene acted out of my benefit to throw me off the scent. If I believed that the Major was still alive at the time, I had no reason to investigate anyone's whereabouts beforehand. Anyone being Monsieur Sterling and his staff.
glass of water, Detective?
My apologies, mademoiselle. I was taken by surprise for a moment, but I have regained my composure. A glass of water is not required. Would you excuse me? Merci, mademoiselle.
Oh shit! Oh. The family. Oh, itchy nose. My patience has grown thin. The guests and the staff of this house think it is acceptable to lie to my face when questioned and obstruct my investigation. But no more. We shall see how Monsieur Sterling and his staff fare under some pressure. Oh boy. Dig deeper into Archibald and Rihanna's suspicious actions. I have been lied to for the last time. My suspicions initially led me to the guests, but now they have firmly placed on the staff. Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna cannot hide behind their lies any longer. Oh, we're gonna get you. Nope, don't need that. Oh, this is gonna get juicy. Should I finish the game right then and there? Right now? I don't know, because we're almost finished, I think. We're in chapter 7. It looks like Elizabeth is on her way to see me, but at such a late hour.
Mademoiselle, what a pleasure to see you.
Why does she look like that? She looks menacing.
Detective,
It is a rather late hour to be wandering the halls.
Oh, yes, of course. I do not feel myself, Detective.
If that is the case, you should be resting. Allow me to help.
I mean, she has motive too. Her fiancé died in the riots.
No, that's quite all right. I will see to my duties and return to bed.
Lizzie, excuse me, Elizabeth. Lady Van den Bosch has been waiting for some time now.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Detective Poirot was just...
I'll see to the detective. You just head on up. Off you go.
Good night, Detective.
Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth is certainly not herself. I thought the death of the Major had brought up some uncomfortable memories for her beloved Luke. But it may be something else.
I'm sorry about her, Detective. As you can see, she is still not back to her usual bubbly self.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either if my fiancé died.
This weekend seems to have taken quite a toll on her.
She'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Now, what can I help you with?
As if by magic you appeared when needed. I would like to speak with you and the remaining staff. If you could gather them in the staff pantry.
At this hour, Detective? Is that really necessary?
Yes.
I shall be the one that determines what is and what is not necessary, and this is very much the former.
As you wish, Detective.
Oh, shoot.
Mademoiselle Rihanna?
Yes, of course. I'll fetch her from the kitchen. Elizabeth may be some time with the lady of the house. Perhaps you'd like to start with us?
To be honest, channeling feels very soft and comfy. I bet they look pretty soft and comfy.
Very well. I shall speak with Mademoiselle Elizabeth when her duties are complete.
While I am gathering the staff, Mr. Beckers is in the library. If you wish to join him, I could bring you both a nightcap.
I wish to keep a clear head, but there is something I wish to discuss with Monsieur Beckers.
This is my opportunity to confront Monsieur Beckers about his dealings and lack thereof with Monsieur de la Silva without being disturbed. Let's go! Library. Where is he? Oh, there you are.
Monsieur Beckers, it is rather late. The other guests have already retired to their rooms.
I didn't even see the time. It's easy to lose oneself in a library this impressive.
That is something we can agree on, monsieur.
I suppose I should be heading?
Un moment, monsieur. There are some matters that we must discuss.
Oh, what is it, Detective?
I did not realize your relationship with Mademoiselle Conrad was so business-oriented.
I'm not sure what you mean.
her proposal to make you somewhat of a star, a figurehead for the working man, what would you call that?
There was certainly no talk of making me a star. That is not the type of man I am. She wanted to write a piece on my work with the union, and I was happy to oblige.
Monsieur Beckers has always appeared to have the workers' intention at the forefront of his decision. Blah, 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 blah. But perhaps the thought of being remembered for something great was too much for him to pass up. I was wondering, did your speech go the way you expected?
My speech? I'm not sure what speech.
You may save your false ramblings for your next audience. I am aware you spoke with the Major yesterday.
My mouse version. Yeah, I can imagine going out in nature would help reboot the brain.
Whoever told you that has it wrong, detective.
Please, monsieur. The truth.
The truth.
Okay, fine. Yes, the Major and I spoke, but it was not for long.
What was the matter of your conversation? From what I understand, it was not a lighthearted chat.
I was trying to convince him to speak with Ernesto. It's time we brought the strikes to an end.
And that was best approached by a shouting match?
He wouldn't listen to what I said. I spent so long preparing how I was going to convince him, but men like him are only swayed by one thing: money.
Mr. Beckers is not wrong. Had he tried to grease the Major's palm, perhaps he would have been more successful.
It is said that money is the root of all evil, but it can also be a rather powerful bargaining chip.
Well, he was bargaining with people's lives. If he had acted sooner, none of those men, my men, would have to die.
The Major oversaw security at the factories. Could he have done more to stop the strike turning violent? I understand Monsieur de la Silva had prepared a deal.
A deal? It was an insult.
And that is why you did not sign it?
I didn't sign it because the workers deserve so much more, not his pathetic attempts to get them back to work.
Did you think there was a chance for a better deal to be made?
I know there was. He's a pompous swine that cares for only himself and filling his pockets.
I am sure I have heard the description of Monsieur de la Silva before, or at least something similar.
Mademoiselle Conrad can be quite convincing, can she not?
She has certainly taken several wealthy business partners by surprise with her knowledge and prowess. She knows how to use her womanly powers to get what she wants.
But she did not surprise or use you?
Me? Used me? Don't be ridiculous, detective. There were no games played at my expense.
I barely... Use Attorney is one of my favorite video games. I haven't played much games. Yeah. It's, how do I feel about Ace Attorney? I think it's a good game. Is it my favorite? No. But I enjoyed it. I think it's a very good game. It definitely helps use the brain. It definitely makes you use your brain. I've also got the new one, the Chronicles, Ace Attorney Chronicles. I can't wait to play that one because it has like 3D elements of it as well. It looks so good. But I need to finish the trilogy first. Monsieur Beckers has quite a way with words and is a fan of his own voice. Perhaps I should allow him the opportunity to speak and open up without too much interruption and forcefulness. Oh, curious. Even though she was able to convince you not to sign a deal?
No, she just reminded me of what I was fighting for.
Direct, antagonistic. You claim that you refused Monsieur de la Silver's deal as it was not adequate for your men?
And I stand by that.
Ah, shoot.
It was an insult.
That didn't work.
A rather bold move to make such a decision on your own.
Oh, that did work. Okay, I thought that didn't work. Hello, Vader. Welcome back. Do you also think upside down too? Sometimes, depending on the day. Hey, I want a cut of that money. Give me some. Accusing honest. Are you prepared to take responsibility for your actions or lack thereof? Oh. Maybe this one?
Everything that has happened is my doing.
Was that good or bad?
You yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of? The acclaimed man of the people you would be known as if you pushed the factory owners for more?
It wasn't like that at all.
From where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process. You were merely her pawn.
Okay, yes,
It
I know.
worked.
I shouldn't have listened to her. But what else could I do? Remain an unknown my whole life? I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
It may not have been your intention, but we both know the result. You rolled the dice with those men's lives for fame, and you lost.
Pardon my intrusion, but you're from a large family?
What does that have to do with anything?
I have often wondered about the competition siblings face in a large family.
Mm-hmm.
When you're young, it is the best feeling to know you have family that will stand by you, without even being asked. It is not until everyone starts carving their own path that you realize you're walking yours solo, and those that were beside you are now miles away.
Ding.
My older brothers were the athletes of the family. They both played soccer, and were the infatuation of every teenage girl. I'm sure you have seen the type.
Oui, monsieur, but I can assure you that was not I.
Then there was me. Quiet, timid, a shadow of the Baker brothers. My voice and very presence was forgotten and ignored. Nothing I could say or do would ever reach the bar they had set. But I always knew I was destined for great things.
Ding.
Years passed, and now that I no longer stood in the colossal ombre of my brothers, I could become my own man. When the position of union leader was posted, it was my chance to finally be heard. You hear politicians speak of the little or the common man? Well, that was me. And I knew what we wanted and what we needed. When I spoke, others listened. I held their gaze with a sense of pride, a sense that what I was doing was for the greater good.
Yeah, that makes sense. I understand that, yeah.
It was supposed to be my crowning achievement. Lead the men to victory over the money-grabbing oppressors. But instead, all I did was lead them to their deaths.
Monsieur, it was not at your hands that these men died. The blame cannot lie solely on your shoulders. Those...
Oh, shoot. I need to stop clicking ahead. Monsieur Becker's story is one of fighting to have one's voice heard, be it a single or one of the masses. I am afraid he may be remembered for what he did, but not in the way he had hoped so. Elizabeth is quite upset. Guess we go. Speaking with Monsieur Becker's was not the reason for me being up at this hour. He was able to fill me in on some of the blanks regarding the Major, but not in getting any closer to discovering his killer. Perhaps the staff living quarters will. Alrighty then. I'm assuming we have to go downstairs. I don't know why I'm so sleepy this morning. Or this afternoon. It is pretty warm in my room, so maybe it's just that. Yeah. I understand. Okay, butler's pantry. Staff quarters. Okay, give me a second. I want to fix up my king. Okay, hold on one second. Just give me a second. There we go. Just wanted to fix myself up a bit. Okay. Logs. Bunk beds. Abandoned clothes. A rather luxurious jacket. The initials read FH. Felix Hagen. Are these scruffy boots his as well? Why would they left me here though? That is the question. Nothing up here. Luggage.
Aha.
A war medal that I assume belonged to the Major. The items I have found are most intriguing and require an explanation that I believe only the staff can give. I shall meet them in the pantry.
Detective, what can we do for you?
You can help me by telling the truth, and in the process, help yourselves.
Sorry, Detective. It's a bit late in the night for riddles.
Oh, don't you get smart with me.
It is no riddle, monsieur. If I do not receive the truth, you shall all be charged as accessories to murder.
Detective, I think maybe you have been locked in this house for too long. We have already...
Don't you try to gaslight me, motherfucker!
You have told me a version, and now I require honesty.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Monsieur Sterling, is there anything you would like to add to your story?
I'm not sure what you think I have done, Detective.
Let us not string out this charade any longer.
Can you explain the telephone call the Major received?
From his associate. I've already told you, Detective. I don't know who it was.
Do not worry yourself on such details now. I suppose they were lucky to have called when they did. Otherwise, they may not have gotten through at all, with the telephone lines being down as of yesterday.
Aye, Detective. Lucky, I guess.
Monsieur Sterling is no fool. I believe he is aware I suspect him of something. Perhaps some carefully worded questions are all they have needed for him to slip up. You were the last to see the Major alive when you brought him the bottle of whiskey in his study, correct?
Whiskey?
You took a bottle of whiskey to the Major. You spoke with Monsieur Demire en route.
Aye, of course. It was a bottle he picked up from his last visit to Scotland. Rather smoky number from the Highlands. He was saving it for a worthy occasion. Drowning his sorrows must have been fitting enough.
At first he does not remember a bottle at all, and as if by magic he recalls the exact details.
Or was it the one from the West Coast? You'll have to excuse my memory, Detective. It's not what it used to be.
Can you explain why the medal belonging to the Major are amongst your belongings?
Oh, you found it. Thank you, Detective. I've been looking everywhere for it.
If I had lost a war medal, I would not stop until I found it.
It's not what you think. I was...
Exploiting a dead man's military achievements for your own personal gain?
Nothing of the sort. He asked me to clean them up. I must have dropped it into my pocket when I was putting them back. An honest mistake.
Sure. I never heard of such a pathetic excuse to explain a stolen item in one's possession. I would expect a better life from an infant. I cannot claim to be an expert, but I would assume a medal like that would be quite some value.
I wouldn't know. Probably.
Your father was in the military for many years. That is what you told me.
He was.
And your family still keep his medals?
They were sold.
And why was that, monsieur?
Is my family on trial now, Detective?
Only you, monsieur. And I repeat my question.
Because we needed money.
Voila.
Monsieur Sterling was well aware of the medal's value when it found its way into his belongings. You claim the Major asked you to clean his medals for display purposes?
No. He keeps them safe with some of his old military documentation.
Is that a typical job for the head butler?
He trusts me to do a good job. I told him I used to clean my father's, so he asked me to do the same.
And where does he keep these items?
In the storage room. I know where everything is, so it's just easier if I fetch them for him as and when he needs them.
I do not recall seeing any military memorabilia or keepsakes when I was in the storage room. Could there have been another storage room he speaks of? Are you happy here at the Vanden Bosch house?
It's certainly better than my last.
Sorry, itchy mouth.
You are paid a fitting wage for the work that is asked of you?
I'm sure the lady of the house would not want me discussing it, but I should not complain.
That is not the most convincing answer, monsieur.
Between you and I, we all work very hard here, and it would be nice if we were rewarded for it.
It seems Monsieur Sterling is trying to convince me, as he has himself, that his light-fingered actions are justifiable due to the petite wage he receives for his honest work.
Please don't go anywhere. If I require more information, I shall call on you again.
Itchy head. Inge.
Mademoiselle, I shall keep my questions brief.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
You have been honest with me so far. All I request is that you continue to do so.
Oui, detective.
I am already aware of Mademoiselle's involvement with the blackmail, but I am not sure if she's also connected to the Major's murder. Tell me what happened before you found the Major in his study.
It was frantic in the pantry. We were working hard to make sure everything was up to scratch.
Go on.
Then Liz burst in, asking for Mamore's help.
Her help with what, exactly?
I don't know. She took Liz to one side, and I was needed in the salon. We spoke just after that in the pantry.
You did not question what she needed help with?
I was too busy. I love Liz, but she sheds a tear at almost everything these days. Although, I have never seen her look so pale.
Mademoiselle Elizabeth still looked pale when I saw her earlier. I understand the amount of work that goes into keeping a house of this size running, but Madame cannot expect the staff to work if they are ill. Perhaps Mademoiselle Rihanna can clear up the reason for Elizabeth's
Merci.
panic.
I shall return if I have any further questions. Mademoiselle, I shall be as quick and precise with my questioning as possible.
Okay. What do you need?
My condolences to your brother's passing.
Merci. He was a good man. Taken too early.
Forgive me, mademoiselle, for not extending them earlier, but I was not aware of your relationship.
He was my only brother. And he died doing what he believed was right. If I ever get my hands on who took him from me.
I understand why she's so angry. For her brother to be taken from this world at such a young age and in a violent manner. Violence cannot be met with violence. But I'm excuse me. Oh my god. But I'm not sure Mademoiselle feels the same way. Tell me about Elizabeth yesterday.
What is there to say? Being locked away in the pantry, I don't see her for most of the day.
Oh, sorry guys, I need to go. I'm not gonna end the stream, but I'll be right back. Rihanna back. Sorry that took a while. My groceries were delivered, so I had to put that away. Alright, I'm not gonna play for too long. Because I do need to go walk my dog and get dinner started. So I think I'll play for another 10 minutes instead. I'll play for another 10 or 15 since I was away for quite a bit.
That may be. But she came looking for your help before dinner was served, did she not?
She wasn't feeling well, that's all.
And she came to you.
I told you, we are a family here. The girls come to Mama Reh if they have a problem,
Mama
and I
Reh.
fix it.
When I saw her earlier, I must admit she was not looking herself. Perhaps I should check on her.
No, just leave the poor girl. She'll be fine after another bowl of my homemade soup. She just needs her rest.
I'm sure Mademoiselle Rihanna is a lovely mother figure to the staff while away from their families, but her eagerness to keep me from seeing Mademoiselle Elizabeth again does not sit comfortably. Pardon-moi, mademoiselle, I know we have spoken on this, but you took ice to the Major, correct?
Yes.
This was before or after Archibald took him a bottle of whiskey.
Before.
You are sure?
It may have been after.
Which one is it?
The whiskey is kept in the cellar with all the alcohol.
It is.
Then you must have noticed him going into the cellar and returning with a bottle through the pantry, no?
Yes, I suppose I did. It must have been before then.
It took only one question for Mademoiselle to doubt her own story. What I still cannot see is why the need for the lies. Tell me about your brother's involvement with the riots at the factory.
You say the riots, but it was the strike he was part of. They started the riots, not the workers.
By they, you are referring to the security forces. They were brought in to keep the peace.
Security, huh? They were brought in to make an example of them. It was all peaceful until they arrived.
Why would they need to make an example?
So that the workers would stop rallying. No one is going to go on strike if they think they'll get killed. The security you talk of were armed and ready. The workers were pigs to the slaughter. What chance did they have?
Hold on. I need to charge my phone. It is obvious Mademoiselle is still upset about her brother's death, and rightly so. If the events were all Mademoiselle describes, I cannot comprehend how the security forces were able to get away with such despicable acts of violence.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
I'm gonna make pork bulgogi later. It's so good. I hope I make it right. Dig deeper into Archibald and Rihanna's suspicious actions. Rihanna unsure about Archibald forgets to take whiskey. It's about timing.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
How can either of them forget something so important from only the day before? Archibald and Rihanna unsure of their stories. Archibald staged the phone call. Doesn't notice the lack of calls.
Order and method. That is... I must act on...
Alright. I'm guessing at this point. Archibald and Rihanna unsure of their stories. Rihanna believes workers didn't stand a chance. She took ice to the Major. The Major's coat, worn out boots. Madame pays the staff very little. Rihanna claims the workers didn't stand a chance. That one?
This will not get me any closer to... I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
The theory that the Major was killed during the dinner was nothing but a ruse. Why are the staff covering for the real time of death? Because they killed him!
I must act
Oh
on
wait, what
thought
was it?
and...
Which one was it? Which one was it? So, Hugo saw the Major outside. Could it be...
Some would say a
Ah.
lucky guess.
The Major would not have left such a fine coat in the staff area. Someone must have worn it. More importantly, however, who wore the Major's clothes? Someone else wore the Major's clothes. Worn out boots?
Come, my little Grayson.
Don pays the staff very little.
I must take a different...
No. No, I already did that one. Shoot. Elizabeth was quite upset. Archibald stole from the Major.
I cannot see the logic in this.
Oh, what? Oh.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Both Archibald and Rihanna played the part very well, that is, until they became complacent. Complacent? Why do the staff feel they need to fabricate the story? Is it this one and this one?
The pieces of the puzzle are
okay.
finally coming together.
I should have known at first glance these belong to the member of staff, but who? Oh, yeah, okay. Member of staff's boots. Involved with the murder?
Is there something...
No. This... Oh. There we
Another
go.
success.
A staff member dressed in the Major's clothes and took his position out in the snow for guests to see. Why would they do this? Staff member impersonated the Major.
Order and method.
No, wait. A staff member dressed in the Major clothes took the position out in the snow.
I must take a different...
Oh, this is tricky. This one?
I must
Damn.
act on thought and...
I don't get it. Oh, what the hell?
What a revelation!
I almost had to relay their stories back to them both. I obviously cannot trust a word the word they have to say. Why are the staff hiding the truth from me? I am terrible at this at the moment. The last two ones, I was actually pretty good. Dig deeper into Archibald and Rihanna's suspicion and the staff's hiding the truth. Murder! There we go. I knew something had to link to this. It is a revelation I had not expected. The staff were involved with the murder. While young Inge is guilty of her own crimes associated with the blackmail, it is Monsieur Sterling and Mademoiselle Rihanna that have been an integral part in covering up and obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. Boom. What about poor Elizabeth? The staff were already suspicious to begin with, but this confirms their involvement. Are all the staff members involved? That's the real question. I think, I don't know, Elizabeth, her fiance was murdered, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was involved. I'm close to revealing the truth about the Major's murder, but I must understand the roles that each and every person involved played before the final puzzle is solved. Okay, conclude each staff member's association with murder. Rihanna helped Elizabeth after coming down the stairs.
Is there something...
Nope.
The
Okay,
pieces of the
there you
puzzle
go.
are finally coming together.
I cannot imagine the pain that they've felt that they have felt losing Luke. His memory will live on in their hearts. Inge feels disconnected to her peers.
Order and method.
No.
That is the way.
Archibald staged the phone call. Stop and room for state thing.
I cannot see the logic.
Damn. Read this one.
Come, my little grey
Shoot.
cells.
I am awful. Elizabeth. Dwight while coming down. Is it this one?
This will not get
No.
me any.
Even I'm terrible at this.
What a revelation!
Okay. Look, White coming down. Oh, yeah, of course. She looked White coming down the stairs because she probably figured out that they were involved. Elizabeth looked pale, and the other members of staff were busy with their duties. She must have found the body. Did she play the part in the murder? Elizabeth found the body.
This will not get
Nope.
me any closer.
Oh, what was this one? Inge feels disconnected from her peers. Inge speaks of the family-like dynamic that she shares on bond between certain staff members. Is she part of that family? I think this one.
Is there something I am not?
Oh, wait.
Order and method.
Oh.
That
Oh, she's also.
I should not be
Oh, okay,
surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I'm confident Inge isn't a part of the cover-up that has clearly been a focus of the other staff. Okay. What about this one? Elizabeth found the body.
Things are
Okay.
beginning to become clearer.
Although her duties are primarily focused in the kitchen and pantry, I don't recall seeing her. Rihanna wasn't seen after Elizabeth found the corpse. Could be...
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Impersonating the Major was Rihanna's role in the plan. Why it was necessary, I'm not sure yet. Why did she feel the need to cover for Elizabeth? Rihanna was covering for Elizabeth. Oh, we'll stage the phone call?
I must take a different
Nope.
approach if I am.
There's one.
Come, my little grey cells. I cannot see the logic in it.
Oh, maybe... Oh!
Magnifique.
Archibald's acting skills came to play to cover for members of staff, but who? Archibald was covering for a member of staff. Rihanna was covering for Elizabeth. Either this one or that one.
I must
Not
act
that
on
one.
thought and
So, this one?
is there something?
Damn. Archibald. This one?
Some would
There
say
we
a lucky
go.
guess. I would say a moment of genius.
The stage phone call was Archibald's assignment. Blah, blah, blah. He went to great lengths to protect Elizabeth, but why did he feel the need to cover for Elizabeth? Did Elizabeth kill him in an act of rage, and Rihanna and Archibald, like, what's it called? Like, they took it upon themselves to protect her? While young Inge is guilty of her own crimes associated with blackmail, it is Monsieur Stilling and Mademoiselle Rihanna that has been an integral part in covering up and obscuring the truth of how the Major was killed. Oh boy. I now have all the pieces of the puzzle. I must return to my room and place them together until the results reveal themselves. It is time for my little story cells to go to work. I am close to uncovering the truth. And unfortunately, I am going to have to stop for today. I need to go and walk my dog and get dinner ready. So, let's go to lobby. Yes, unfortunately, I have to go, Suo. I'm sorry. I might actually try to start the stream early tomorrow. Just a little bit earlier than usual, that's for sure. Shady. No, yeah, I'm sorry. You're ending. Yeah, I have to walk my dog and I have to go make dinner. Yeah. I wish I had all day to to stream, but unfortunately I have responsibilities. But like I said, I might try to start the stream a little bit early tomorrow. The question is, what should I play? What should I play tomorrow? Should I play more Agatha Christie? Or should I go with Avatar? Oh yeah, I'll look up Palette World. I'll look that up. I might actually play that tomorrow. We'll see. Or maybe we'll do a mixture of games. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, I don't have anything else to announce or anything like that. No worries. It's always such a pleasure. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go and make some dinner and walk my dog. It's been a while since I last walked him, so he's gonna be very excited. Alright, thank you so much for joining me on my stream. I hope you had a good time as much as I did. I'll look into playing Power World tomorrow, or like maybe 2 games in one stream. We'll see what happens. I've been thinking of doing something like that for a while. 2 games in one stream. So, have a good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye!